Okay, so it seems like recently there's been a little bit of a situation going on with a VTuber who graduated just the other day, and they've been getting a lot of backlash from this and from a couple of messages that they essentially put out regarding this graduation, to the point where it got millions of impressions, right? It did. It actually ended up getting tons of people's attention. That's why we are covering it today, because as you can see, they've got around about 200 followers, right? And essentially, what they say here is this is the first tweet which blew up and kind of got everybody's attention, because they said, I will be terminating my VTubing activities effective today, 22nd of June 2026. I've had health complications, I'm running out of money, and I don't see the point in VTubing anymore if nobody's going to help me financially. Thank you for staying with me till the end. Sincerely, Momo. Now, again, yeah, the way that this is worded is pretty terrible, right? I think that a lot of people are mad at the way that this was worded and the way that this has kind of gone about, because, yeah, essentially, it's this last bit here saying, I don't see the point in VTubing anymore if nobody's going to help me out financially. It sounds kind of entitled. It sounds kind of like, you know, oh, I won't be streaming because none of you guys are the ones that are helping me. It's like almost, it feels like it's you know, other people's fault that, you know, they haven't been donating or whatever, and that's why she's having to stop streaming, right? But again, I think whenever it comes to VTubing and content creation as a smaller creator, this should never be something that you should be like, yeah, this is going to 100% be my job. This is going to be my income. And especially if you've got health complications and stuff, I don't know where they live or whatever, because I know obviously in America, of course, you know, it costs quite a lot to have some of that stuff, you know, to go to the hospital and whatever. Yeah, especially if you're in America, that is the kind of thing that you need to kind of look out for. Now, again, as I said, I don't know where they're from, but you know, it's one of those things where you shouldn't really expect it to be a job until, you know, it does become one, because you know, you can have this as a hobby, you can work on it, and it definitely can become a job at some point if you do get, you know, big enough, or you get enough money to the point where you think, okay, actually this is actually pretty stable and good, and you kind of continue on from that. And yeah, I mean, that's how you do it. You shouldn't think of VTubing as this thing of just like going straight into it and being like, yeah, I'm gonna make money from this and this is gonna be my job, like from day one, right? Because you're starting off very, very small, and it can be very uncertain, and a lot of the time it doesn't work out, right? Unless you got like crazy banger content and something crazy happens, it's not gonna, you know, kick off straight away. And that's not to say that, you know, oh, you won't blow up or anything like that, but it's to say that essentially it takes time, right? It takes a lot of time to kind of get to a different point. And you know, as someone who obviously does this as a job, it is one of these things that, yeah, it takes a lot of time. I've been doing it for what, 5 or 6 years, and you know, I only recently started doing it like properly, full time, whatever, you know, in the last year or two or whatever. So again, obviously it takes time. You can't just do it right away, and all of this kind of stuff. Saying, hello, please refer to my pinned post to know a bit more. And there's been some misunderstandings, which we'll go through in a minute. Said you have 200 followers, you have nothing to complain about. By saying, who's this? Holy entitlement, bro. You haven't even started yet. Do some volunteer work or something. VTubing is a hobby. And yeah, I think it is one of those things where you should 100% treat it as a hobby for the beginning, right? If it, you know, ends up going into something bigger and you can make money off of it and do it full time, that's great, right? But I think you should treat it as a hobby all of the time, until you know, you do get to that point, right? And in the meantime, you know, you got to get like a job, right? And if you're saying get a job, buddy, stream as a hobby, saying go, quit making lies. We've seen what you want the money for, the VTuber model you want but can't afford. Acted like you are so entitled to other people's hard-earned money when you don't want to work hard yourself. You deserve nothing when you put in nothing. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. So yeah, obviously they put this screenshot saying, oh my god, that's it, I'm rebranding, I need money quickly. I'll do a post later on to explain, but I need a VTuber model urgently. I have a debut coming up and I won't have my model. I can't afford to reschedule. I'm hungry for a VTuber model. I can't afford one, and I need to join a VTuber group I've been eyeing. Sigh. So yeah, it seems like one of those things as well where, yeah, I mean, nobody urgently needs a VTuber model, right? I think that's just safe to say. Would it be nice to have a VTuber model? Of course. Would it be nice to, you know, kind of have one of those ready to go? sure, right, it does help you out in terms of your content creation, but you know, it's not like an urgent thing. You can always save up to get one, and also use the money that comes from the content that you make so far to get one, rather than obviously, you know, going to your fans and kind of begging for the money, right? Saying, I think there's been a misunderstanding. The screenshots are showing me is me in need of money for a proper VTuber model. I never said the money was for anything else, right? Did I miss something? Which obviously, yeah, lots of people reply saying, you still think you're deserving of people's money and to be supported financially when you half-ass it all for a month. The entitlement is bonkers. 224 followers, 1.1 million views. This is the most blatant botting I've ever seen. I don't think it is botted. I think it just blew up because a lot of people feel very strongly about this. So, Momo, I'll be honest with you, you haven't really reached the end of the horizon and now wish to quit at the start. I hope you can get well soon. VTubing should be viewed as a hobby or a side quest rather than a financially supporting job. It's very hard to grow up on X2, to be honest. I'm sorry for leaving so soon, but I truly believe that you can become the best VTuber ever, which, again, I don't know. It's like, bro, they are right, though. It's one of these things where you just kind of quit at the start, right? They're not in the end game yet, where it's like, okay, maybe, you know, you're actually given a decent crack for a couple of years and you're like, actually, this just isn't working out. No, it seems like they're just right at the very start and they've already given up, and now it seems like it's everybody else's fault in the sense of saying, if nobody's going to help me financially. They put, thank you, my dearest, I'm sorry for giving up. This is like a post they put saying, to my dearest little angels, I began my VTubing activities in March 2025 as an indie group with my friends. It was going well, but there's been many issues after. Within the group, which ultimately led us to the dissolution in February 2026 after the disband, I desperately tried to cling on to my old VTuber identity because I did not want to let go of the beautiful memories I'd made. Despite everything, I tried my best to cling on to it. Then at the start of the month, I had enough. I decided to delete everything, rebrand. That meant no model, no assets, nobody support me. I was by myself. I watched some tutorials on how to grow as a VTuber, what it meant being solo, and how to take care of everything by yourself. At first, I thought I was doing well, posting my terrible art and getting hundreds of views. I was so happy that so many people finally saw me, as well as an individual. I prepared for my debut, then got scammed and scammed a little bit more, but I still believed I could do it. However, some of the videos I watched completely wrecked my view on the VTubing world. Many videos I watched claimed that professional VTubing was a quick money scheme, and that I could get everything for free if I was cute enough, so I committed to the bit. I made myself appear cute, soft, angelic, and blindly followed what they told me because I thought it was right. Again, I don't know what YouTube videos are telling you to do that. Yeah. Maybe it was a clip from like another VTuber saying it worked or whatever, but usually those are just jokes. So again, yeah, that's insane. Saying eventually I got sick of it. Ever since I disbanded, I didn't really want to be a VTuber anymore, but I thought I could find people just like them. As you already know, I couldn't, so I gave up. I wanted to put all my thoughts here to think about what I believed and what was true. I posted my graduation message just to let my friends know that I wouldn't be posting anymore. I did not expect it to reach so many people who had heard of me, who had never heard of me before. They told me that VTubing wasn't just about money, but really about the experience itself, about making friends, having fun, streaming community, and never realized that until now. This is really coming. This is really me coming back. This isn't really me coming back. I still plan on leaving this account as it is, as a memorial. I don't expect every single person who saw my graduation post to see it either. I just want the people who were with me to understand, who were with me until the end, to know that I made a mistake and that I shouldn't have done what I did. This will be the last post I make here. So yeah, interesting. Spoiler alert, I don't think that's the last post I made. No, it wasn't. They kept posting. So yeah, obviously I don't know, maybe it's because of the attention or whatever, they've continued to post. But it is a classic one saying, the account Momo Tenshi has never posted links to streaming platforms or the announcement of their stream/debuts. Which, yeah, I mean, come on, like, that's another thing that people have been bringing up now, is the fact that if you go to their account, you can't see any links to a Twitch or a YouTube or anything like that where they upload content. You can't make money off of being a Twitter VTuber, right? It's just like, that's a thing, right? It's just like not possible. You could make money off of being a Twitter rage baiter, sure, but being a VTuber and just a VTuber alone will not do anything. You can't just sit there on Twitter and beg for money. That's just not going to work. You have to make the content. So giving up when it seems like there is no content really to be had is pretty crazy. And obviously a lot of people, yeah, unhappy about that too. So it's so irritating to see people bully me because I wasn't aware of the Twitter side of the VTuber community. I just wanted to have fun making assets and a new model for myself, but ultimately stopped because of health issues. Originally, I stopped my activities because my back was killing me. I had plans to come back once my health had gotten better and yet to finish my emotes. Therefore, I posted an early graduation message. It was just for my current fans, right? To tell them that I wouldn't be there anymore, but I had plans to come back. Unfortunately, my post reached an audience of big VTubers who saw an opportunity to boost their own engagement, and honestly, quite useless 2 cents on the situation. I mean, I don't think it's useless. I definitely think it is helpful in the sense of, hey, you should be complaining that nobody's helping you financially when you don't stream and, you know, you haven't really given it a fair shot, and also you're expecting this to be like a full-time job to help you financially, right? So again, it's crazy saying I'm well aware of my mistakes. Do you think you're the only one that pointed it out? I just wanted to tell my current friends that I would be leaving, and no, this wasn't a cash grab. Otherwise, I wouldn't be posting this. I was wrong by the people who believed. No one's thinking this is a cash grab, by the way. You're making maximum maybe 5 cents off of this if you were monetized in the first place, which you're not because you don't have premium on Twitter. So yeah. Again, maybe that's just the tweet. I don't know. Maybe they're talking about other things because, again, what could you cash grab from if there isn't any Twitch or YouTube to cash grab from? So I've watched the same videos, maybe Wafflebean's videos. It would have gone better. By the way, she's one of the biggest big creators who use me to boost their engagement a little more. I just think it's kind of disgusting as a big creator. You should be probably smaller, bro. I hate that, bro. That is one of the worst kind of, I guess, arguments ever. Like, it's just like, oh, you should be bullying a smaller creator. It's like, well, I'm going to be honest. You should be acting out, right? Like, it doesn't matter whether someone's a bigger or smaller creator. I honestly don't care at the end of the day. It's one of these things where if you are doing wrong, people are going to call it out, right? You can't just go, oh, but I'm smaller. That doesn't matter, right? You still said the wrong thing at the wrong time. And, well, unfortunately, people are not happy with that, right? Regardless of your size. Follower count doesn't matter to in the sense of people that are angry at the stuff you say. Saying creators just because you find their choice of words weird. Wafflebean is not only one, obviously. Please don't send any hate to her or anything, but this was just to say using me to boost your engagement is kind of stupid. Thanks for listening. Little extra, I won't be coming back in case you're wondering. Good riddance, I guess. So, yeah, I don't know. They're kind of like doubling down now in terms of all of the stuff. I think this is just a stupid situation at the end of the day. Honestly, as I said, you shouldn't expect it to be a full-time job until you actually give it a shot and actually have a little bit of a go for a couple of years and actually upload onto platforms like Twitch and YouTube. And again, you shouldn't expect people to give you money right off of the bat. But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is for this situation. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop to use my code Kazo, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.